All right. You're most welcome to yet again another session. We are all systems go with the NBA. Brand new season is underway, and what a thriller we had just last night. Two games only were played, but boy, oh boy, the first game was awesome. The one that kicked the season off, the first tip off of the night. That was between Houston Rockets and the defending champions Oklahoma Thunders. And of course, we know that KD had was booed at the right before tip off, as they were naming the players as they were walking in and psyching themselves up, and the fans and everything, because it was a homecoming for him, but not a pleasant one. But what a game that was! You will not believe. I'll give you updates on that. And of course, wow, shredded Luca came ready. He was too prepared and too ready that his team was not ready for him. So it's only Luca that showed up, and everyone else was Johnny come lately to the show. And of course, it cost them the game against the Golden State Warriors. Of course, Stephen Curry also starting off with the win. Him, Jimmy Butler, and the supporting cast. Draymond Green, Jonathan Kaminga, they were all ready. And of course, by the time the Lakers woke up, it was a bit too late for them to catch up. So we are here. Fantasy Salary Cap Edition continues. We've just finished day one. I will give you the updates on that and how all the games went. Okay, to kickstart, of course, let us first look at the schedule. Sorry, the results. Just want to show you game week one that has just ended. This is the final score, the scores of the two games. Houston Rockets, like I told you, it was a thriller. The first game, it was just decided by a single point. A single point. I have the highlights. I'm going to show you a couple of the things that they went through. Let me pull those ones up shortly. Okay, so as I go into full screen mode, okay, then flip. Here we go. So this was the first game of the night that went on, and of course, Shangun was on fire. He was on fire all night long. All night long, it was crazy. Gilgis Alexander picked off where he left off. Well, it was a very good starter to the season. It was just an amazing game. I cannot begin to explain. Then, of course, Amin Champe was very good as well. He scored very highly. Then, of course, the best player right next to the MVP from last season, SGA, was second place rookie of the year, right behind Wemby. You remember number 7, that is Chet Holmgren. He was also among the high scorers of the night. But of course, Shangun, Amen, and of course KD were on the other side. They played very well. Then, of course, after that game, we had the Golden State Warriors and the Lakers game that came in later after that. And of course, it was a thriller of itself. So it was just an amazing night. I actually watched this from the get to go, and this game was all knotted up at the start of the season. I mean, of the game, first and second quarter, it was close, neck to neck, and everybody was good. But of course, from the Golden State Warriors, the points were evenly spread out from the teammates. We saw Jimmy Butler contributing. Jonathan Kaminga came to the show. Their new signing, number 20 center, he actually also played very well. The guy they got from Celtics, I'm forgetting his name. He's actually, I think, a 40-year-old or something. Steph Curry, never disappointed. Buddy Hield was good in the third quarter. Actually, he played very well in the second half. think he had a flurry of 4 threes in a row in the third quarter, whereas Luka was putting on points. Uh, Reeves had some challenges. He actually was in uh, in uh, in uh, in foul trouble very early in the game. So he only showed up actually in the second half, and it was in the third quarter, and they were, I think, 10 points down. Luka was tired. Luka had already reached 40, and I think he also had, I think, 8 assists. We shall look at all that shortly. And of course, the games were just awesome. They were very awesome. So looking at the scores, just to show you how the players played. Of course, you see in the first game, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander scored 35 points. Shengun, this man is just too good. He actually outscored everyone in the game. KD showed up. Of course, this is why they brought him. Then Thompson Amain, the one I was telling you about, is actually very good. He has started his game very well with just 38 points as his score, which is very good. Which is even then when you look at the points that SGA scored in total. By these points, remember they are the game scores. Remember, like I told you, in the game he scored 35 points, and each point is 1 point. Then, of course, the rebounds are also 1, so that's 40. Then assists are times 2, so that's 10. So we're doing the math. That's 40 plus 10. That would make 50. Then these blocks are times 3, so that would make it 6. That's 56. Then steals are also times 3. That's 6. So you see how you end up with 62 points. So that's how the math is done in there. So that was for SGA on his first game at night. But those are the two most people. But of course, you remember SGA is too expensive. Then of course the bench and the rebounds, the leaderboard and all that as they go on. The assists. Shangun had the most assists. He had 7 assists. Hardenstein had 5 assists. And of course, in the blocks, actually, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had 2 blocks. That's interesting. Yet he's not even a center. It's interesting. You'd expect Shangun to be here and all that. Look at where Shangun is too. Wallace had 4 steals. That was the first game of the night, and that's how it went. Then looking at the main game, Luka was on fire. A 40-point piece was dropped by Luka on the night. You cannot believe this. He was on fire. The rest of his teammates, you can see this score. This score is actually lying. Okay, not lying. I wouldn't say lying, but Reeves came late. He showed up in the third and the fourth quarter when Luka was already tired. He was pushing the whole team alone. Hochimura couldn't shoot. He failed. Marcus Smart was fouling people all over the place. Hayes Ayton was not getting the lobs. He was missing the lobs. He's slow to turn. It was just, anyway, maybe it's just still early days for them and they need to gel together. But Ayton and Luka, and I was even planning to bring the two together. I'm really hoping it's not the same story with Porzingis later on today, because I brought in Porzingis in our team. We shall look at the team shortly later. I brought in Porzingis so that he gels together with the point guard. I'm forgetting his name, the cold shooter. Yeah, we shall look at that shortly. Then Butler was wow. Butler on the 3-point line, he did not miss a single 3-point shot. All the 3-point shots, he took all of them, whereas the Lakers were struggling on the 3-point line. For some reason, they were not shooting. Even Luka missed a couple of uh, shots on the 3-point line, which wasn't good for them. But of course, he was making the rest. He was shooting threes. He was just unstoppable. So you can see he managed to scoop 47 points in their first game. Looking at Luka, this is the one that I have on my squad. Wow, he's actually the top scorer at the moment in the game week, and again also on the game day, because he had a 40-point piece. He had a couple of steals, a couple of blocks, which was really good to start out. We see even in rebounds, he had almost, actually, it was, I think, a double-double. Yeah, because this is 43 points, rebounds 12 points, and he was short shy by one assist to make a triple-double on the night. But he was so tired. He was so tired. I watched the game. By the third quarter, I hope he didn't even get an injury. There was a point in time where he was grabbing his crouch, his groin area. I hope he's fine in that area. He also managed a couple of steals, which is also good because we know that this is times 3, and then the blocks are also times 3. So yeah, that's how the first game week, game week day 1 ended. Now looking at game 2, which is also happening tonight, just a couple of hours away. Just know you need to prepare your team if you're not yet ready. A couple of games, actually a number of games, you should be able to field a full team. Now most people I've noticed, I'm going to show you the transfers right before we go, but I don't think I'm going to be making that transfer. So if you look at if we go back to the home page and you look at the transfers that people are making at the moment, you see these are the most picked players. People are going for Wemby. Wemby Nyama has already got 217 transfers made. Seeing I don't know this one, Micho Ajay from OKC. Maybe this was before, or they're just doing it now to beat the price rise. Just a second. Made 24 points, is a 4.5 backcourt. I don't know why I wouldn't go for him. I wouldn't advise going for him, but I'm assuming it's because he played well. 24 points. 24 points, scored 14 points. Okay, I see why you would go for him, but I didn't want to waste my transfer on him. So what I am going to do, I wanted to go for Cade Cunningham for Luka. Then immediately after I bring him back, I bring back Luka. So because if you're to see the game plan that I have, in the Lakers will be playing. If we look at the Lakers, where are you? So the Lakers played tonight, last night. They're not playing tonight. They will not play tomorrow. They will be back in contention on game day 4. On game day 4 is when they will be back in contention, and they'll be taking on the Timberwolves. So if I switch Cade Cunningham, let me see if Cade Cunningham, yes, Cade Cunningham is playing one game here. Okay, that wouldn't also be good. And I don't have a back-to-back player. Okay. Okay, that wouldn't work. And when you look at Wembenyama, that is San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs do not have a game. Okay, they have a game tonight. No, they don't have. Yeah, they have a game tonight. So if I'm to do San Antonio Spurs, I would have. They're playing Dallas Mavericks. Then if I'm to flip back to the GOAT, okay, this makes sense. This makes sense because they are back-to-back game weeks. So to have a flawless plan, I'm going to go with Wemby in this game week, then roll back and bring back the best player of the year. That's how I'm going to use my 2 transfers. Remember, every game week you get 2 free transfers. So I'm just going to play around with that. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. So this is, of course, the highest scoring from front court. It was Shangun, but I'm sure by end of this game week, Shangun will not be at the top. Luka may maintain the throne as the backcourt leader, top scorer. Okay. Then, of course, the people that have been transferred the most, you see what I'm saying? People are being strategic. They're wavering Luka to get in someone that they can play and again bring him back. That's the strategy, by the way. You have to be. And another thing I need to do is sell Dalton. Dalton didn't do anything, and he's in the back court. Yet I could have brought in either Gabe Vincent played actually very well. It's just that he's in the front court. So Dalton, he's someone I need to get rid of. I need to get rid of Dalton. I need to get rid of Dalton. I'm going to switch Dalton. This one is in the back court. Dalton is in the front court, which is a bit of a challenge. Yeah, front court, back court. I need to get some good front court players that I can sub this man for. Okay, Ajay and Antetokounmpo. Transition in. Okay, these are the people that have been brought in. But no, this is going to be a strategic one because I will be wasting a transfer, which I do not want to do at this point in time. But I would lose. I would lose out on the fee. I would lose out on the fee. He would Ajay Michel would rise in money. Should I risk it? But I want to start big and strong. I want to start on a high. So it would be wise to go for Wemby and hope either Wemby or Cade or even Giannis Antetokounmpo. So, but I'm going to go for Wemby most likely. Most probably. Cade, I think I can even go for Cade instead of who? Instead of this man. Instead of Dalton Connect. Instead of Dalton Connect, yes. Actually, I'll go for Cade. But it's too late. I've already set in my team. Anyway, I don't want to waste a free transfer on that. So looking at tonight, if we're to go to my lineup, so this is my lineup as it stands. I am going to make a few transfers. I am bringing in, there's a couple of players that are playing, but so Luca will be on the bench. Peyton will be subbed by Aluach. Porzingis is here, the one I was telling you who connect. I made a blunder. I need to change that real fast. Real fast. Okay, so in this case, if I bring in yes, that makes sense. I think the best thing to do bring in Cade Cunningham because Marwach is actually a rookie, so I do not trust him that much. And actually, it was a perfect game week for me to use my captain. I should have used my captain on Luca because an 80-point piece, an 80-point haul is something that is very, very rare. And this chip can only be used once in a game week. Only my plan is to use it on Nikola Jokic, although he has a flag on him, which again scares me. But I will see. The ideal game is again against Warriors because Warriors will push him to the limit. But then again, also the Timberwolves is a good game. So if I fear that the main man won't play, I will use it on Luka against the Timberwolves. That's my plan for the week. So let's first save that. I am going to make a transaction and I am thinking Dalton Connect. Dalton Connect is a loss. It's a huge loss. So Dalton Connect. Bates Keda. Should I bring Bates Keda? That's interesting. Because most of these have actually given me points, but Connect didn't do anything. Okay, so my plan is to momentarily sell Nikola Jokic and then bring him back. So I'm planning to sell him for Wemby or Giannis Antetokounmpo. So one of these two. Now what I do not know is, of course, Giannis is good. Wemby is not bad. And I think Wemby may struggle because Dallas Mavericks are actually a very big team. They are big in the sense that the whole squad has a lot of, so he may not score as much. So I'm going to go for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So there are two options. I can either use this to correct this, or because the team is around Nikola Jokic, so I cannot risk that. So okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of Nikola, bring in Giannis. Giannis is playing tonight. Yes, he's playing Wizards. The Wizards may not push him. Okay, this game is interesting. Okay, so that I will have three at the back. Then immediately after that game, I'll bring back Nikola Jokic. That's how I plan to use my chips. Or I could go. No, the rest are all playing. So maybe Trey Young. Trey Young. Cade Cunningham is good. He's very, very good. And he's an assist magnet actually, same as Trey Young. In that scenario, I would have to get rid of. Okay, I have players. It's just in the front court where I have some weakness. I have a feeling Marwatch will play, but his selection is low. You come off the bench. His selection percentage is low. Okay. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. So at the front, I have Al Green and Butler. Butler is a 6%, 9% selection chance. Al Green, I know will play. Actually, we'll be playing with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Wembenyama. Okay. Joel Embiid. Okay, let's go with Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I'm going to make that transfer, which is going to be my first transfer. Everyone went for Wemby. Everyone went for Wemby. Should I go for Wemby or Giannis Antetokounmpo? That is the question. Wemby. I know Wemby can make blocks. So can Giannis. Okay, I'm going to risk on Giannis. Confirm. So we come back to pick our team. I will switch him out for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Okay, so that we can save that. Just to refresh that. You just have it reflecting. Okay, didn't make the transfer. There you are. So save. Okay, so this is my team for tonight. Like I said, I'm going big at the back, which is actually the front court. So tonight I am fielding Porzingis, Anthony Davis, and Antetokounmpo. At the front, I have a couple of benchers, but I'm hoping they will get picked and give me some points, not like Dalton Connect did to me. He did nothing the whole game. What a waste. I don't know how I'm going to get him out of my squad. I'm even making losses. You see, my roster value has gone down. Wow. Okay, so let's go to, and of course in the leagues. Please, people, join my league. I'm just solos in my league. Oh no, I'm not. I have one person that has joined, and I'm actually beating him way, way, way too far. Okay, I have to lead my league. That's very, very important. So tonight, the schedule. These are the games. Brooklyn Nets is taking on Charlotte Hornets. Uh, Cleveland Cavaliers are taking on New York Knicks. That's also a very good game. I don't know if Kyle Anthony Towns, yes, will play because there's a flag on him. Then of course the Orlando Magics will take on Miami Heat. I have a pick in that one. Toronto Raptors, Atlanta Hawks. I also have a pick in that. Then Bolton Celtics will take on Joel Embiid's Philadelphia 76ers. Detroit Pistons will take on Chicago Bulls. New Orleans Pelicans are taking on the Grizzlies. Washington Wizards will take on Milwaukee Bucks. LA Clippers will take on Utah Jazz. And of course, San Antonio Hotspurs, Dallas Mavericks. I also have a stake in this. Yes, Dallas Mavericks. I have a stake in that. San Antonio, Sacramento Kings, of course, take on Phoenix Suns. Then Minnesota Timberwolves will take on Portland Trail Blazers. So those are the fixtures. It's a flurry of them on game day 2. I hope all goes according to plan. So one last thing before we sign out. I want to highlight the player of the day. That was, of course, Luka Magic. Luka Magic. There he is. Wow. It was an amazing game that he had on the night. 43 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 82 points, field goal points. Wow. That was an amazing score for him. And I have a feeling he's going to build onto that and actually maintain player of the week. So you need to bring in Luka. He's on fire. His team is a bit slow. They have taken time to come on board, but he is the man to have. Either have Luka or Nikola Jokic on your team. Build your team on one of those two players. You will not regret it. Those two players have been consistent and they always deliver. And I was glad actually to have him. I had second thoughts about getting him because I thought LeBron would be present, but LeBron is injured. I knew that once LeBron is away, the clutter will move away. It's just that the other players are delaying and they are all on the LeBron bandwagon. But this man is on another wave plane, on another wavelength. So people have to catch up to him. So you too have to catch up to him, not LeBron. I might actually sell Luka when LeBron comes back because LeBron holds back the Lakers. He pulls them back. LeBron is done. He's done. He needs to retire and leave the NBA to the people that want to enjoy the game. LeBron loses games and doesn't care. You never used to see this with Kobe. You never used to see this with the GOAT MJ. But I've had LeBron say it's just a game. Imagine it's not just a game. Failure mentality, the Mamba mentality. There are few players that still have it, and Luka is one of the players that still have the Mamba mentality, not LeBron James. So when LeBron James becomes fit, I may sell Luka because I know he's going to hold him back and the whole team back. And the organization needs to deal with this real fast. Get rid of LeBron and start building around this man. He will take you far. He will take the Lakers very, very far. He will add trophies and not these platitudes of these mid-season trophies, these mid-season flags being raised at the home of the Lakers. All right, that's it for now. So let me see, just on my itinerary. I think that is pretty much it. Just maybe to recap, currently my total score is 98, which is slightly low because the average is 97, and of course the total game day points were 384. Wow, this is impressive. Whoever had that. So my strategy is to stay above the average. If I can keep above average, I think I should be good to go. So this is the team uh, that played on the night Dalton Connect sold me. It didn't deliver anything. I got something from Peyton, 16 points, 82 of course from Luca. Those are the only people that played for me on that game night. In Uganda, I'm currently 13th. Last season I was first, so I am not worried about that. I'm sure I will beat everyone in Uganda. Denver Nuggets fans, there you are. And of course, game week one is not good. Actually dead last, unfortunately. But it's just early days, and I'm not worried about that. So I've just made one transaction, and so let's hope all the games go according to plan. It's early days, and we are ready. So all the best, people. May the game season go well for you. So I will sign out until tomorrow to give you more updates on our NBA Salary Cap edition. Peace out.